it's not about fixing you. It's helping you to kind of make the most of your strengths and to grow, but to recognize when other people possibly can do things better than you can, and actually using the people around you more collaboratively.
100%. And if the whole team is like you, I think there's something wrong in that team.
Yeah. And I know, Masood, that you're that the current team that you're building something new within the University of Leeds. And what would you say are the particular challenges around all the things we've just spoken about in building something new within an environment that has historically been quite traditional?
Yeah, I think I would say one of the kind of meta issues that we're facing at the moment is the cognitive load factor around change. And what I mean by that is we're all exhausted, but we're not exhausted because we are necessarily doing more work than before. We're exhausted because of the amount of information that we need to absorb around us. If you look at what comes through news at the moment, it is all, generally speaking, quite demotivating and exhausting to read through. Then we look at all the change that is happening at a sector level or at an organizational level. It is also generally more depressing than positive at this stage. There are definitely financial concerns. There are really tightening of visa regulations, just a general hostility towards higher education. And those are really discouraging kind of news stories that you see. And that often comes at the expense of the most brilliant things that are happening in the higher education sector. We are really trailblazing the global economy, the global health sector, the global environment. There's some amazing research that comes out of higher education that shifts the future of this world. But those are not stories that we hear. So, consequence, we are all weighed down. We're carrying a weight on our shoulders, which is not necessarily about work, but it's kind of invisible weight. And when you introduce a new change in that, people don't have the cognitive capacity to absorb it in the best possible fashion, able to look at it as a positive thing to embrace, or to have the capacity to kind of have the time to think about it, the time to be able to say, oh, that sounds really great. How do I shape this in a positive way? So I would say one of the biggest difficulties is how do we bring a sense of positivity and optimism about some of the change that's happening when everyone is being pulled down in some ways because of the cognitive load that they have. So yeah, it's a bit of a meta challenge, but something I've observed over the past few years.